So before you watch this video, I would ask that you do watch it to the very end. The reason being is because in this video, I actually interview a guy called Bobby, who's got a hat on and he's got a vest top, and he was doing some TikTok lives at the time. And me and Bobby had an interview just going back and forth, and the man was there for genuinely good reason, you know, for refugees, and he thought, you know, he was there to support people that were in need, basically. And because Bobby done an interview with me, basically the people that were organised this event, they shunted him out. And the reason I'm asking you to watch this video to the very end is because I'm going to put this in the video to show you how they treated Bobby. And in my opinion, it's absolutely shocking what they done. And I've spoken to him and he still couldn't believe what happened. But if you can watch this video, I would really appreciate it. And also, if you could donate to my PayPal link or my Buy Me a Coffee, it just keeps me going. It just helps me keep going and helps support this channel. But anyway, I hope you all enjoy the video, and please do watch it to the very end. Thank you. What's happening here, guys? What are you thinking about this, Eddie?
Thank you, Tyler.
Right. What do you think of this?
I'm covering this for the Herald. I'm a journalist.
Are you a journalist? Oh, mate, I don't like people like you, mate.
Oh, in support of the refugees, everybody's welcome, isn't it?
I think right now there's major concerns, like with mass illegal immigration. Would you not agree?
What do you mean mass illegal immigration?
I'm curious about this, but it says stop the far right, and I need to know what is far right. I just feel that people are using the word far right.
Anything that doesn't fall into the line of views of what somebody else believes. Do you know what I mean?
I feel that there's biased people. I think there's people that are biased in journalism. But see, when people say, right, far right, Nazis and all that, right, this is a question, right, and I'm not having a dig. What I'm saying is, right, who are Palestine against?
Who are Palestine?
Well, what country are they against?
Well, Hamas hates Israel.
Right, so Israel, right? So what religion are they?
Jews.
Right, so what sounds more far right, Nazi wing? Do you understand? Do you understand where I'm coming from here? I'm just saying to you, mate, people that don't trust the mainstream media anymore because you guys are so biased. I see when it came to COVID, you turned your back and you had a one. No, but listen to me. Listen to me. You had a one-sided narrative when it came to COVID, but now you've got a one-sided narrative when it comes to this. So today I'm in Glasgow and there's a refugee welcome stop the far right protest on just now, and I'm hoping to get some interviews with people and maybe get an understanding of what's going on. And I guess my main concern is people using the word far right, and far right being used quite loosely these days. So I'm curious to know what exactly is far right. So let's see if we can get some interviews with people and see what their thoughts are, and see if we can get some interviews with the general public as well and see what they're saying.
With that, I would like to make another announcement of another event and a day that we have to keep in mind. On the 14th of September, so in just 3 months' time, there's going to be a national counter-demonstration against the would-be neo-Nazi Tommy Robinson, aka Stephen Leonard. This man who was jailed and was released just over a week ago. This is going to be the first mobilisation that this guy is calling since he came out of jail. Last year we know, as people have referenced, that we saw some of the biggest far-right fascist demonstrations in British history, which followed before the UK making a breakthrough in the general election last year. And
is that okay?
By these elections.
Just highlighting me.
This is what led to a...
Am I allowed one of them?
Oh yeah.
Aye.
Thank you so much.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. Look, I've got a wee stop racist reform. I've been welcomed quite halfway. I'm quite proud of this. Look. This will be interesting. I wonder if I'll be allowed this afterwards. This will be really interesting. Something's going on here. This guy's been... I don't know what he's done. Police seem to be intercepting this guy for some weird reason. Don't know what he's doing. It's interesting.
If they were white, there'd be no need for the downings, no daily meal downings.
Don't know what he's done.
Built bridges, not walls, and the names that they're called would all fall. They'd be allowed to work. No one's here for
Let's see if we can have a chat with him, see if he's up for a chat. Curious. What's happening there, mate? Just out of curiosity. I'm just out of curiosity, mate. I'm just curious what happened there.
Of course you are, mate.
No, mate, gen up. I'm just asking a genuine question. What happened? Why is
Easy, mate. Thank you. It's a
No.
nice flag you got there, bro.
Mate, I'm telling you right now. That's fine, mate. Everybody knows me. Bring the noise. Check me out on YouTube and all that. Bring the noise, mate.
Bring the noise.
Bring the noise, mate.
Hashtag you. Maybe you'll make me famous.
Mate, I'm not here to make anybody. I'm just here asking questions, man. Jesus. Just trying to ask the guy some questions, but he wasn't up for it. I don't know. Just curious to what happened there. Just a bit of friendly journalism. Do you know what I mean? Weird. What's happening here, guys? What are you thinking about this today?
Thank you, Tyler.
Shite.
How? What makes you say that?
Because I think it should. I'll tell you, we're Royal Air Force, we managed to sink the Germans, beat the Germans. How can we no sing a dinghy?
Well, that's a bit much that, but anyway, I wouldn't say that, but anyway.
To demonstrate to our rulers, to the far right,
He just said that he's an Irish immigrant. He came over, and he's got that. He's got such an extreme view on it. You know what I mean?
He's an Irish immigrant.
He's an Irish immigrant, and yet he says they need to stop.
Oh, really?
We can't take the numbers.
Oh, really? It's interesting. I was trying to speak to that guy, but he wouldn't talk to me on the camera. He's over there. I was saying to him, I says, mate, I'm just asking genuine questions. I said, I'm not here to try and annoy you or anything. I said, I'm just genuine. What do you think of this?
I'm covering this for the Herald. I'm a journalist.
Are you a journalist? Oh, mate, I don't like people like you, mate.
Oh, I'm one of the good ones.
Are you?
Aye.
How come you don't cover the harms of the vaccine?
Well, because I don't think that's an accurate scientific position in my opinion.
Well, and the vaccine harming people? It nearly killed me.
So that's quite subjective.
Whatever that's subjective.
Well, you're a journalist.
You're supposed to be objective as a journalist.
Well, it's not,
surely.
here's the thing, right? If there was a protest, if y'all were doing stuff
I've done things in the past.
in Glasgow, right?
Aye, 100%.
Okay.
I done it for the vaccine injured in Scotland. No, you didn't.
Did I not cover?
No, none of these do. None of these touch it. None of these are willing to touch the vaccine. I've got a friend had his leg amputated from it.
For the vaccine.
From the vaccine, proven by government, doctors, haematology team, and AstraZeneca. And you guys have never covered it.
Fair enough.
What's happening, big man? You're standing here with your flag, mate.
And then I seen the big man bring the noise, get it on your TikTok.
How are you doing, mate? You want to have a conversation?
Aye, on you go.
What do you think of this today? What's your?
It's good, man, it's good.
What do you mean it's good? What do you mean?
Well, I was sharing it on my Instagram and that, in support of the refugees. Everybody's welcome, isn't it?
I think right now there's major concerns, like with mass illegal immigration. Would you not agree?
What do you mean mass illegal immigration?
Well, I mean, they're coming in about nearly 800 a day.
Boats and stuff. I mean, I don't know. I'm not that clued up in that. This is in support of refugees more than mass illegal immigration. Nobody's in support of mass illegal immigration. I don't think anybody's in support of that. But people are in support of helping people that are fleeing wars and stuff like that. And I don't think you should be forced to go the first safe country. I'm not in agreement with that rule, personally. I've got quite wild views, but I believe open borders, isn't it?
So you believe in it? But see right now, right, the Glasgow.
Here, unless you see murderers and all that sort of thing, they
So
should be.
again, but that's the thing, right? So they're coming over, right? And they don't have any identification, they're not getting vetted, so we don't know
The
that.
only thing I can say is, right, imagine Afghanistan was a safe, peaceful country.
Right?
Imagine Britain and Europe was in some shitty, crazy war. We were getting bombed to shit out of us. And we fucking we all heard about Afghanistan being a safe place, right? You'd want to be able to jump over there and get refuge, you would. So I don't, we need to vet them, we need to check out who's who and send back the bad ones. But I mean, there's no way of doing that humanely, I don't think. Do you know what I mean? Like,
see, the thing is, like,
when I'm rocking up.
so see if I'm sitting here, right, and I've got concerns regarding it, right, if they're vetted, come through the whole thing legally, right?
How do you come? There's no legal way. Like,
Well,
they
there
make it
is.
impossible.
There is other legal ways.
They make
But I
it
can't go to any other.
impossible,
But the thing is, Glasgow City Council, right, just announced a housing crisis. Our NHS is through the roof right now with waiting lists. Do you think we can bring in more
That's
people?
government. That's the government that needs to fix that, mate. A refugee has no decisions over the budget or how it's spent. Do you know what I mean? They can't increase taxes on the richest people, the billionaires that are not paying any taxes.
See,
and they talk about flight of the wealthy and that. Like, if you're not wanting to help out poorer people, if you've got over £1 billion and you can't afford to pay a bit in tax, you can't spend £1 billion.
so I take it you're for the Palestine and all that.
I'm for humanity. Do you know what I mean? I don't want people get. I'm no pro Hamas. I'm pro Palestine. Pro people not getting bombed.
So obviously I'm at this immigration refugee thing, and I seen earlier on when I arrived, I seen that you were getting pushed about, to be honest with you, and then I seen the police not manhandle you, but I seen them like talking to you for a good while, mate.
Did you not see what happened at the start? No?
I seen you getting kind of pushed up the hill, to be honest with you, and for me I was kind of like, that's not very, not very nice doing that to somebody. I don't know what you were talking about, I don't know what you were doing.
So I basically asked the guy, I said, how do you feel? So after Bryce Norton, like the government are viewing the whole Palestine thing a bit differently now. So they're going to, it's obviously got to go through Parliament, but they'll put Hamas down as a terrorist organisation, which is what it should have been. So I was like, how do you feel about that? Because the vast majority of people that come on these demos are there on the Saturdays every week, week in, week out. So yeah, so you stole my phone.
Well, for me, it's like, I just feel that people are using the word far right loosely right now. I think it's a tactic to kind of divide everybody.
It's a conceptual box.
Yeah, I think like, for me, mate, they call me a conspiracy theorist because basically I took the jag, it nearly ended my life, the COVID jag.
Yeah.
And I think they've been using the word far right since 2020 and many years before that to cause a divide. And when I seen this immigrant thing, this protest today or whatever it is, this rally, I was sitting there and I'm like, okay, I'm curious about this, but it says stop the far right, and I need to know what is far right. I just feel that people are using the word far right wrong.
Anything that doesn't fall into the line of views of what somebody else believes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, I've never even spoken to the people, so they're assuming something. So what are you assuming? Because I'm a little chubby bald guy with tattoos that I'm a racist or something. It's like, where are you getting that from? I'm here to be objective, But when somebody starts getting in my face, the guy took the phone, that's why I pushed him. It's like, listen, it's not about that. I come to these events and organisations and to give people a voice. If people want to speak, then it's a great time for people to speak.
Well, I feel that there's bias. I think there's people that are biased in journalism.
Well, are you biased?
Do you think so?
I think we're all biased. No, you can have your personal opinion, but you need a professional.
It doesn't impact the way I cover stories. So I've been covering groups like this. I've been covering far right groups. I've been covering.
What's far right?
We don't know what the definition is.
You know what? Okay, folks who go out and riot against immigrants.
Who's rioting?
Well, last summer, those folks. No, the people in the other Birmingham, Leeds, all those places. Those folks who are out on the streets. The youths are going throwing rocks at people.
Who's
I don't agree with those
going?
people.
I'm a full-blown conspiracy theorist, mate.
Right, so the folks who are out on the streets.
What about them?
Do you agree with them?
In regards to what? I don't agree with.
I don't think that's the question. Well, I think the question is you have to ask, why did they do it?
Okay.
Because there was 3 children that were brutally murdered.
Right, but then why were the other immigrants blamed for that?
What do you mean?
So there was the person who committed the crime he lived in the UK.
But I don't condone that. But why? Right. So my question to you is, right, as a journalist, right, usually jump out and say everybody's far right, but these are people that have got genuine concerns in their cities.
I'm talking about the folk who are out there.
No, but this is the thing, right?
That's a right wing view to say we don't want the immigrants here.
But no. These people have had concerns.
Okay.
These people have had concerns. This is the thing, right? The terminology of far right, it baffles me these days.
Would you say like far left, far right?
I'm a total conspiracy theorist.
Okay, so you think it's all the same?
What?
It's all the same then?
What do you mean? I think that everybody's confused.
Well, there you go. Okay.
I think everybody, including you.
Well, so do you. If everyone's confused, or you have,
I think everyone
you have the true answers, do you?
What's that?
Do you have all the answers or no?
100%. I know about Agenda 2030. Have you guys not looked into that?
What? Tell me about that.
You don't know about? You're a
Tell me
journalist.
about it.
You're a journalist.
Tell
You
me
don't
about
know
it.
about. You don't know about.
Tell me about it.
Hold on. So you don't know about Agenda
Tell
2030?
me about 2030.
Well, you tell me. You're a journalist.
What do I know about
So you
it?
don't talk about 20-minute neighbourhoods, digital ID,
So what,
cashless society,
okay, wait, 20-minute neighborhoods, those are the things where
net zero.
all this stuff are in 20 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Why do you think that is?
Well, I don't know, tell me.
I mean, you're not a very good journalist here. The fact is that you're sitting here and I'm telling you things that are
asking you for your
actually.
opinion.
Well, it's in the Glasgow City Council.
To be fair, he only reports on stuff, you know what I mean? He
Yeah,
doesn't
far
have to be
right stuff.
the oracle, you know what I mean?
What's your name?
I'm Josh, what's your name?
Josh, my name's John. Are you going to do I interview me regarding the harms of the vaccine?
What's that?
Do you want to talk to me about the harms of the
Okay,
vaccine?
tell me what do you think? Tell me about it.
Well, it nearly killed me.
Okay.
So do you want to document it and take my name?
Tell me
And
about it. What's your name?
I mean, I mean, look at the way you're acting here.
The way I'm acting, I'm just having a conversation with you.
This isn't a conversation. I'm asking you journalism. You haven't covered the harms of the vaccine.
Uh-huh.
Right? And true or false?
At all.
No, you haven't.
On the vaccine itself?
Yeah.
So you haven't looked into people
I
like
just-
Dr. Asim Malhotra and all that are speaking out regarding it.
I'll give you my email address. You
What
can
about
email me
what
and
about
talk
the
it.
what about the fact that there's a massive
excuse
excess
me.
deaths?
That's pretty good. There's a
Give
an
me
olive
your,
branch.
give me your.
Have you got a card?
I don't have a card. I have an email address. I can give a pen. I'll write it down.
Okay, tell me your email address and I'll take it.
Okay.
But see when people say right far right Nazis and all that, right? This is a question, right? And I'm not having a dig. What I'm saying is right, who are Palestine against?
Who are Palestine?
Well, what
against?
country are they against?
Well, Hamas hates Israel.
Right, so Israel, right? So what religion are they?
Jews.
Right, so what sounds more far right Nazi wing? Do you understand? Do you understand where I'm coming from here? But see when out there, see when people shout that.
Palestine, but not anti-Semitic.
But this is what I'm saying. People shout this right wing Nazi fascist. If I say to you, what sounds more far right Nazi fascist? That does. So, but see for me, I think that people, I think unity is needed, right? That's what I think. And I think what happens is right. If I sit here, right, and I say I've got issues over mass illegal immigration, they'll call me something I'm not, right?
And I don't think so, mate, because I think even folk that there's folk in the comments and they're saying I support refugees, but I'm against mass illegal immigration.
Right. So why don't we have a look into it? Why doesn't? And again, I'll say it here. You're shouting.
Interesting.
Hold on. You're just shouting. People are shouting against Keir Starmer. My issue lies with. Why do people not realise that the issue's not with people and each other? The problem is with the government. So see if someone comes here and they want to talk about I'm worried about my country, mate. Look at Ireland. Look at the North and South Ireland. The two of them stood with their flags together.
More folk should be going out and learning about. That's how I'm doing. Try to learn a wee bit as well. Try to educate. Because honestly,
look into your own country first, mate. Look at Agenda 2030. Look what the government's trying to do to us, mate. They're trying to bring us on. They're trying to put us into this digital world, mate. Try to get rid of cash. 20-minute neighbourhoods. It's in your Glasgow City Council. Have you looked at it?
I know, I've not seen that. Fair enough. But
It's in the Glasgow City Council.
Neighbourhood, man.
You wouldn't mind that?
20 minutes.
So see when you, but hold on. But see when you travel outside your 20-minute neighbourhood, you're going to get taxed and all that.
What do you mean? No, I didn't see that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I spoke to a journalist earlier on, and I feel that journalists are not being journalists anymore.
No.
I was kind of asking them questions. I said, people have lost faith in you guys. You know, you're not really doing your job. It's always one-sided narratives. And again, like we're seeing a rise in Ireland, the North and the South. Aberdeen's now, you know, talking about putting on an event regarding a lot of legal immigration, you know, because they've got concerns up there. Yeah. But we're seeing that it's not just in this country this is happening, it's all around the world these things are happening. Yeah. And I just feel that people are not seeing what the bigger picture is, and in my opinion, is there's something bigger at play for people.
Yeah, I mean, you can look at like the big buildings of AI, like that's going to kind of change a lot of things. I mean, you're already seeing footage coming out, altered AI footage, which is like, you can't really tell if it is real. I mean, there are little...
Well, it's cashless society, it's 20-minute livable neighbourhood. This government want to distract everybody, they want everybody fighting amongst themselves.
Where are people on the streets for that?
And you work for the who?
The Herald.
The Herald. And how are you going to document this today exactly?
I'm going to say people were marching in the city centre. They were talking about how they support refugees. I don't see any other protesters here. I mean, if they were here, I'd also say they were anti.
I feel that journalism is now dead.
Okay.
I feel that you use the word far right very loosely.
Do I? Okay.
When there's
I wouldn't
people-
call you far right if I didn't know. Are you far right or are you far left?
No, I'm a full-blown conspiracy
So where
theorist.
does that put you then?
Puts me in common sense.
All right. Fair enough.
I believe in common sense.
Okay.
Like,
Well, that's what I'm saying.
There's nobody question. It's the same. I come down there the other week with the Palestine march, and I asked a couple of people. I was like, "Are you vaccinated?" Like, and I generally was trying to get a consensus of the mentality of people, like trying to work out how many people were vaccinated, because, like you said yourself, like I don't know your whole story in that.
Well, I nearly died from it.
Yeah.
And I've got a friend who had his
Yeah, there's one for you. Why did you take it?
just fell for the propaganda.
Okay. Yeah.
And then once
I mean,
you spoke out against it, they shut me down on all platforms. So
the same as my wife. My wife took it, and ever since then, she has CFS leaks. She's bleeding through her nose at the moment, like consistently.
Yeah.
But she had a choice.
But people can't see that we were lied to with a hell of a lot of things. And
Listen, me and my wife had the conversation, and it's like, listen, we've used the word God, whatever, but we have all got free will on this earth, and that was her choice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But what I'm saying is, there's something that's like they want everybody so divided here. And like I said, when I came here, I seen you, and I was like, that's not very nice, you know. They're pushing this guy.
Yeah.
Oh, you were literally getting pushed. I seen that. And then you had to sit and then talk to the police, and I think you had to show them the footage. Is that right?
But so basically, like, for police, like, so when I come back, I left the area. I was like, listen, I'm not here to like rail people up. I left the area and I come back, and they started the game like coming getting in my face. So when they was trying to steal my phone again, I was like, the police come over and it's like, well, I said, listen, look, they just stole my phone. I wasn't going to make a big thing out of it. You know, it is what it is. But you know, I haven't took it personal. But
Again, this is what people need to understand. They need to get their head around. It's in your Glasgow City Council. They're trying to get rid of cash. This government, people want divided so they can implement all this stuff.
I am against the division. Divide and conquer is what it is. We're not people, do you know what I mean? See, a refugee that's come in here that's truly in need of help, that guy's not a bad guy or a bad woman or whatever, just for the fact that they had to come here for refuge. But there's bad folk coming in, there's good folk. Like, I don't know, I've moved about. I lived in Germany, I lived in Cyprus, I lived in a few places in England. I've met quite a lot of different folk, do you know what I mean? Like,
But see, the thing is, right, Peterhead and Aberdeen have got issues in there, right? They're going to do it because they've got concerns over their own country, right? Now, what's going to happen is people are going to call them far right now. The word far right gets used far too loosely. People need to start to understand why people have got issues. That's fact. See, when it was anti-vax versus COVID vaccine, see when it was vaccine and all that, people were labelled far right for not taking the vaccine.
there should be less hostility, people should be more understanding, but it's hard, mate, because you know what, you get emotional about stuff you're passionate about.
Mate, if you actually understood what this government are trying to do is, you should be more passionate about your own country, which is Scotland. That's my honest opinion.
I'm not passionate about Scotland, I definitely am, but I just think there's a place for everybody.
Well, look, mate, I appreciate how many you go following you, or how many you watching.
There's 85 watching.
85, go follow, bring the noise, and maybe people will actually get an understanding of what's going on. Go, yeah, I don't shy away, call me what you want, but I tell you what, what's this, a TikTok?
Join my thing, Bob.
Go to bring the noise, man, and check out, but I tell you what your government's trying to do, they want to divide and conquer, and they want you all arguing amongst each other. Go look at Agenda 2030, go look at your 20-minute neighbourhoods, go look at the Brit card. Your government don't like you and they want you all fighting so they can implement it.
Bring the noise.
The fact of the matter is, right, that these people have got an issue with Keir Starmer, true or false?
I think so,
I've got an issue with Keir Starmer and the way the government's running things. So does that not mean that everybody in this country's kind of get the same thing? But what's happening is everybody's been divided.
Well, I think it's that I think personally that the government doesn't really represent the views of the people.
I don't think, no, because the thing is, listen, this is the reason why. It's called Agenda 2030. They work under the WEF, the World Economic Forum. Have you never looked into this
I've
kind
heard
of
of the
stuff?
word economic forum.
So you've never looked into this kind of stuff?
I've heard about that. The word
So
economic
you do
forum.
know that, right? So here's a
I know
question for you.
I know a little bit. I didn't know about 2030 because
Okay.
you know I'm a very busy person. Let's be honest here.
Very busy
very
for
busy.
journalism,
Yeah.
for your future, his future, everybody's future. You can't see that this government are going to dictate to everybody the
Right.
future.
So what happens in 2030? Tell me in 2030 what's going to happen.
What's going to happen? The government have got 20-minute neighbourhoods. They're going to segregate us all. They're going to put us into a digital ID. Not only that, they're trying to get rid of cash. Do you agree with this? Well, they just announced the brick card the other day.
Cash. Yeah.
Have you heard of Bilderberg Group?
Who?
The Bilderberg Group.
Tell me about the Bilderberg Group.
No, I'm
I've
asking
never
you.
heard
You
of
don't know them.
No, I've heard
The
of them.
Bilderberg Group basically are the ones that tell everybody what to do.
Okay.
And they just had a meeting last Saturday talking about migrants and depopulation. Did you not know about this?
Where are they meeting in the UK?
I couldn't tell you the exact location of where they're meeting.
But you heard it? Where'd you see it online or? What was it?
It's quite well documented online. Aye.
Okay.
Refugees are welcome here. Refugees are welcome here.
What did you say? She's called me Tommy Robinson. Did she just call me Tommy Robinson? I don't know, mate. Would you think of this? To have an interview?
I'm fucking having my coffee.
But it's just this. Like I said, I came today because, again, I might get more interviews today, I might not. I mean, one of them's calling me Tommy Robinson, whatever now, and I'm like, right, okay. Because I'm basically asking you questions, what is far right? I need to know what far right is. I feel that people are just using it, like many other words. And I'm going, ask me my politics, ask me to pick a side. I won't pick a bloody side.
You got to remember as well, the vast majority of people that are kind of here today, with the people that are banging the pots and pans, you know, when they were sitting there pushing. How much did the government
It's funny because
on the media?
It's funny because, like I said, every one of them. I mean, I've got this. I'm going to keep this as a wee souvenir. This, see that there?
I should have got it.
I'm going to. That's why I grabbed it. You know, I've been wanting one of these. So the fact is, I've got one now. But again, it's like, look, I'm not picking a side regarding this and the next thing.
Yeah.
But there is a massive. My big friend just went over to Dover. Craig Houston, and he's basically seen all these boats coming over, and then you go to France and look. I go to South Africa. It was like bloody Johannesburg, and I'm like, well, why are we like? We've just announced a housing crisis, where NHS has run off its feet, and we can afford to bring more people in when we've got a housing crisis. This doesn't make sense to me.
Well, I mean, you say that, but when you talk about other things as well, the digital currency and the digital ID, you know,
and they announced the brick card.
Is that it to get to that breaking point where you do push a civil war? You know, where people go to.
Well, this is what they want. They want so much civil unrest. What I'm trying to say to them is, look, you're calling people something they're not. They're going to retaliate back. If we can all, I said to them earlier on, who's your problem with Keir Starmer and the government? Right, okay, mine too. Can we not lie on that common ground? And it's like people are focusing on other countries where they can't see that what's getting implemented into this country is actually, it's frightening. 20-minute livable neighbourhoods, and they'll sell you the dream, they'll say it sounds brilliant, your net zero, your electric car. I mean, I tell everybody, watch the documentary called Agenda by Oracle Films. It explains everything out, and it's a frightening world, but again, it's all distraction. They want so much civil unrest in this country.
I mean, I've been saying it as well, like Britain first. So I followed them for a bit, then UKIP, Reform. And I can only come to one conclusion. There is not one answer in politics.
Aye.
Where do you get your news from? I'm just curious. Like, do you go? Twitter,
I go on. I think what happens is, I think people like this doing journalism, honest journalism like this, coming and speaking to the people in the streets. Exactly, mate. I think people need to start doing some real honest journalism. Okay. And I think you guys have failed the people of this country.
You can tell me that. You have your own opinion.
Well, yeah,
and you're quite willing to write on the opinion.
But when it comes to news story, there's a difference between news and opinion, right? You know this, right? If I'm covering a news story, right, like this, I'll say this is what happened. If I'm covering, say, riots in Southport, I'll say this is what happened. This is why they're rioting. They're upset about what happened.
But why are they rioting? Because see what you guys write compared to what the people actually in Southport say. It's two different stories, mate.
Right. So for
It's two different stories.
example, right?
So my question is, see Miss Lucy Connolly, do you think that woman deserves to be locked up in
This is the
jail?
woman who's gone to jail for
Putting out a
18
tweet.
months for the tweet.
Putting out a tweet, do you think
Yeah.
she deserves to be put in jail?
I think. Well, I'm from America, right? So we have a higher bar when it comes to freedom of
So
speech.
let me guess, who did you vote for?
Well, I didn't vote for Trump. I'll tell you that, mate.
Well, I can imagine that.
Right, but because I think Trump's one of the worst. But you're asking me personally, the
I
billionaire.
don't trust them,
Yeah, it's a billionaire.
but I don't trust the other side
To
either.
be fair enough, they were.
I think what's happening here, mate, is you've got.
Free speech. Has he increased free
Trump.
speech?
Well, he's cracking down on the protesters all over.
I
the place,
think what's
so-
happening right now is, I think that your company's compromised.
I'm compromised.
I think
Me?
you're,
Me? How am I
100%.
compromised? Tell me.
These are all compromised.
By who?
Everybody here.
My editor.
Yeah.
Do you think my editor comes up to me and says,
I
"Don't write
think-
about this"?
I don't know.
She doesn't.
Well, you
They
don't, you don't talk about the harms of the vaccine. Right, here's a question for you, right? Why is there 86% of the NHS not willing to take it anymore?
Is that true? Right now.
It's quite documented, mate.
Okay.
But who done the poll?
Well, that's a good
The
point.
NHS.
Got a chance at the poll.
The
Is it
NHS,
86
it's on,
that they're
it's on
doing?
the
Okay, okay.
NHS's actual
Look at who
website.
funded the poll, you know what I mean?
No, the 86% of them aren't taking
Okay.
it anymore. So what does that tell you?
I don't know. It tells them they don't think they needed it.
Are they anti-vax?
I don't know.
Or is it because people don't trust them anymore?
Maybe, maybe not. That's what we have to look into. But what I'm telling you is, mate, I'm telling you.
I'm telling you that
telling me.
they nobody trusts you anymore. And more and more people are starting. Nearly killed me. But you journalists
Aye.
continue to push it safe and effective. But do you know what? It was handed out in a phase 4 trial.
Okay.
So see when you actually ask the general public about it,
Yeah.
that's where the real evidence
well,
is
hey,
regarding it.
Send me your evidence.
Plenty
Yeah,
of
my
evidence
email
out
address.
there.
Send it to
Where
me.
do you get your
Send it
source
to me.
information
Where do I
from?
get my sources from?
Yeah, yeah.
Online. I get it from. I get it from online. I get it from different media organizations, BBC, those sort of people. BBC, I hate the BBC.
BBC.
Ah,
The
here we go,
the
yeah.
BBC.
Uh-huh.
Oh wow.
You're a big fan, I know.
The fact that the BBC that cover up paedophiles.
Well, that's
Hugh
not good.
Edwards.
I think
Jimmy Savile.
I think that's a good thing. No.
The BBC.
What?
You think the
Okay,
BBC
so
in this
do you
point
go,
in
like,
time
to
are
any, like,
actually
do you go to like GB? Who do you go to? Anyone in?
GB News?
No.
Is GB News a bad thing?
I don't know. I'm asking you what you think.
You want a picture? Do you want a selfie? What's
that's
your
what you-
reason? What's your reason for filming me? Out of curiosity. No, I'm doing what this guy should be doing. Journalist. I'm asking people on the street.
Where are you a journalist for?
I just do it myself.
Right. Well, so you do it. You can take pictures. You can
Do you want to have an interview?
take pictures.
So you want to film me?
Hey, that's all.
You don't know my type. So again, I'm just saying to you, mate, people that don't trust the mainstream media anymore because you guys are so biased.
It is an issue,
And see, when it came to COVID, you turned your back and you had
So
a one.
give
No, but
me-
listen
hey,
listen to me. You had a one-sided narrative when it came to COVID, but now you've got a one-sided narrative when it comes to this.
I don't think this is one-sided. I think there's two sides.
No, because when
There's
you,
two
but no,
sides.
listen to what you said. You go and speak to people that are far right.
Not all
You
the
said
far
that's
right.
far
No,
right.
no.
But you-
All right,
so
Tommy
if-
Robinson.
if-
I think Tommy
so
Robinson's far right.
If there's far right,
I think
if
he's far
there's
right. He's the one who's out.
so why is people?
All right.
Yeah.
Tommy Robinson.
Well, he's lied about migrants. He got to jail for lying about migrants.
I'm not
He's
saying
smeared
that,
against
Did
the
he?
guy.
Did he?
Yeah,
So
look it up.
you tell everybody
He
why.
lied
You tell me
about
why
us.
everybody
Okay,
why Tommy's
he's in,
got arrested.
He's in jail.
He's not in jail anymore.
Well, he was in jail before because he broke a court order and lied about a single migrant and essentially defamed the guy.
Okay. Well,
and then broke a court order.
Hopefully this gets back to Tommy and he can
Let him
answer
do
it.
it. Let him do it.
Let's see if Tommy sees this.
Fair enough.
So
I'll talk to
again,
Tommy
what I'm
Robinson.
saying to you
I'll talk to anybody.
is a one-sided narrative.
Again, this isn't
And,
one-sided.
no, it is because what you would do if people came to this protest, right, to ask questions, don't call me far right. I'm a full-blown conspiracy theorist, mate.
What?
And
How do you
again,
define yourself? How would you define yourself?
I'm a common sense kind of guy. I'll use common sense.
Theorist.
No, I wouldn't say. Well, hold on.
You just called yourself a
No,
conspiracy-
but hold on. The last conspiracy theory that you called a conspiracy theory ended up true.
Is that COVID? You'd say.
Well, it nearly killed me.
Do you think COVID? Where does the conspiracy theory start with COVID? You think it was
Considering there was a lab leak.
so you think it was like manufactured?
Washington already unleashed that data.
Okay.
You're only doing journalism anymore, are you?
What do you want me to do? What are you asking
I
me
think
here?
you need to start doing honest journalism.
You're not going to find the answer in politics.
At the end of the day,
Nowhere.
people need to wake up to the 2030. Every time a politician comes out, our target is 2030. First one that Keir Starmer came out with, our goal is 2030, always 2030. Yes, there is issues with mass illegal immigration, but not only that, we have multi-issues going on in this country. There are so many, but they want this country so divided.
Yeah.
And again, there was people walking past me and I was asking them, like normal Glaswegians, I said, what do you think of this? not interested. I'm not interested. You know,
Don't want dialogue.
and I'm like, do you know? Because it's like I've not even been down to speak to them yet. So I'm hoping I'm going to go down. I'm going to interview more.
To be fair, you might get away because like you had the sign in that, and I was like,
Yeah.
listen, mate, I'm not.
No, mate. Well, at the end of the day, I was giving it.
Yeah.
So if I was giving it, I'll keep it as a souvenir because this is a nice wee day out for me.
Yeah.
But look, mate, I really appreciate you for speaking out, and don't let the dividing. Look, if anyone's watching on your channel, don't let the divide and conquer tactic win. They're trying to control us all, and that's where I'm at. And again, evidence-based, 20-minute neighbourhoods, 15-minute neighbourhoods. They've got it on Oxford City Council.
Yeah.
And for me, this mass illegal immigration, I'm worried about it because it's one of the ones. Who's going to defend the country?
Yeah.
Is it because I seen a video and I don't know if it's true, but I seen a video that basically the Garda in Ireland are actually recruiting people coming off the boats.
It's I mean, it's the same as the hotels. It's not. I mean, there are a couple of hotels up and down the country, but you know, it's security guards from whatever communities you want to like say. But it's not. But it's the same as everything. When I was down at Scampton, kind of digressing here, but it's all kind of interlinked in that sense. When they were kind of opposing Scampton becoming a migration centre, essentially, what you start to learn is people that are backing these things on like the community level, they've all got interests, they've got factories. So what do they want? They want cheaper labour. So how can you, as a Scottish person, an English person, or a Welsh person, have a family now and live? You can't, because you're competing with 20 people in a house and they're going off and buying a franchise.
This is the thing as well. The other day, and I'll let you go soon, but the government just announced a 2027 tourist tax, and that tourist tax also affects Glaswegians. How does that make sense?
Yeah.
Glaswegians are not tourists in their own country.
I don't think, like, not to keep waffling on, I don't think Scotland's even prepared for like what is coming really. Like,
no, Scotland is. Me personally, I think Scotland's so asleep to it. It's really what's really getting played out. But look, mate, I appreciate you. Like I said, I seen you earlier on, and I was like, mate, because the thing is, they're going to tell a different story and say, like, were you annoying them at all? What were you doing?
No. So what basically happened? So I got down about 3 o'clock in the morning. Whenever I go to something like this, I always get there the night before, whether it's a Tommy Robinson demo, whatever I go to, I always get there early. So I walked around and I just asked the guy, I was like, how do you feel now that Hamas is going to be put on the terror watch list? But what do you think about that? Then the guy come in, took my phone, and so I've got it all on.
Well, like I said, mate, I just feel that again, I've got empathy towards Palestine. But at the end of the day, the honest answer is, on both sides, I can't trust both sides either. Yeah. And the honest answer is there are innocent people getting killed right now because of bombs flying, and that's the thing. Those ones at the top, and those two countries are firing bullets at each other, and there's civilians. Yeah. And again, who's to say tomorrow Keir Starmer announces, and then we're all the idiots that sit here and they want us to pick a side? I'm sorry, but when you see what's to come, everything else.
It's the same with Iran, isn't it? Like, I think Keir Starmer's trying. You have to remember it as well. Go back to the 90s. I remember the 90s when that Twin Towers happened, and that suspicion where it was for me. Like, I went to the kebab shop and it's like, do you know what I mean?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
That was overnight.
That's what I'm saying, mate. They want us all to hate certain people, and they want us. Once you see past the divide and conquer, like I said, they're all shouting about Keir Starmer. Well, the people on the other side are shouting about Keir Starmer.
That's all I want. Like, have a bit of dialogue with me. Like,
exactly.
They don't want to chat.
But again, the woman over there's called me something I'm not, and I'm like, I don't understand you.
I'm a racist.
But anyway, look,
I'm not here to convince people.
See, at the end of the day, mate, more and more people coming out, maybe doing this, maybe makes more people realise what's really going on.
Yeah. And it's a shame there's not people out here like, I don't know, where's people opposing this or question it or some, you know, I've had questions on these Palestine marches, and it's like, I agree with some of what they say. Some of them have a bit of dialogue, and that's what it is. Like, there is no dialogue. It's not about fucking.
No, it's just straight away we hate you, and that's that.
It's about a big fucking issue that is an issue that's got way out of hand.
Yeah, perfect, anyway. Mate. Well, look, mate, I appreciate that. Cheers, mate.
Top man.
You tell me as a journalist. Listen to me. It's hard to start and leave a loser.
The losers. Did he call me a loser? Why did he call me a loser? I don't think that's very fair to call me something, is it?
I wouldn't call you a loser. I wouldn't call anyone a loser unless they did things which, caused me to say that.
I mean, I'm sitting here with a wee banner.
Enjoy your day.
And I'm asking people.
Is that your company there?
What's far right?
Are you bringing the noise?
What's far right? I'm curious what far right is.
Far right. I think if you have.
What does it say on the back? Do you see what it says on the back?
I have not seen the back. Let me have a look here.
In particular,
is that far right?
No. What do you mean freedom of fear? Is that? I would say if you have views which are essentially targeted at people, saying we don't want someone who has dark skin here, we don't want to have someone that.
Okay.
That's far.
So
I'm not saying you have those views.
Okay, so listen to me.
Yeah.
I have no issue with anybody coming in this country.
Okay.
Comes through the right process, vetted, understand that they understand the culture, understand they understand all the rules and regulations. Is that far right?
Assimilated.
Sorry?
Have you assimilated here?
I'd say so.
Yeah.
Why do you think the North and the South of Ireland are actually uniting right now on this one?
You probably say immigration, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, Dublin's been doing it, North Ireland's been doing it. They stood there with the North and the South of Ireland flags together, and they've got concerns over this. Is that far right?
Without knowing the actual details of the protest,
but you guys
what happened? I can't tell you if it's far right or not.
This is what you do. This isn't real journalism, then. Because what you do is
I find that you polarise. You've got far right and you've got the rest.
Okay. No, I wouldn't say that. I'd say you're far right. You have people on the right, like the Conservatives. You have people on the right, like Reform.
Well, I would say the Conservatives have been middle of the road for donkey's years.
Well, right, left. I'd say they're central left. Or centre right, sorry.
Well, I would say the centre.
Right.
I think they're centre.
I'd say centre right. It's all a scale here, I'd say. What's that?
So here's one for you, right? Here's one for you.
Yeah.
Why did Nicola Sturgeon and our pals delete our WhatsApp messages during the COVID inquiry? Is that not a bit of corruption? Is that corruption?
Maybe. I don't know.
Well, it's evidence in a court, would you not say?
I don't think we should delete anyone's WhatsApp messages. I'm telling you this.
Well, this is what she done. She deleted WhatsApp
I think
messages.
that's a good idea.
They announced yesterday they're not using WhatsApp as a platform anymore.
Yeah.
The Scottish
I
government.
saw that, yeah.
Because of it.
Well, I don't think that's a good idea. I think public servants should be held to higher.
So is that not about a red flag?
Sorry?
Is that not about a red flag?
In terms of she's covering up things?
Well, they all done it. Matt Hancock, every single one of them were in power done it.
So what do you think they were covering up?
I don't know. You tell me. You're the journalist.
Oh, you said you're a journalist.
What? No, I don't. I'm not. I don't get paid for this. Okay. I'm only here to document what's happening in Glasgow.
Okay. Well, my beat is Glasgow right now, and I cover Glasgow. I cover things that are happening. You know, it's not like you.
So Nicola Sturgeon's got nothing to do with Glasgow.
Well, I've covered stories about Nicola Sturgeon.
So have you covered that WhatsApp message has been deleted?
Yeah, people on my team have. I personally haven't. But
so the thing is,
most of our politics
if you call me far right or anything like that, no, but what I'm saying is, if you go away and write anything about me saying far right, I've got this in video evidence to prove that I'm not. Okay. Understand this. I think that these people here are being manipulated by journalists like you and your company.
Okay, fair enough. Enjoy your day. I have to go now, but
you enjoy it.
Have a nice day, mate.
Bring a noise, mate. Yeah, who for?
Just independent, like
Who, but?
No, like my own student. Like I'm a student. Like I just graduated. So I'm doing like YouTube journalism.
I'm just curious. No.
It's just we're just trying to talk about of course the rise of like reform and stuff, but then, like the
I think people are getting told or something they're not. That's my issue. I think people are getting labelled something they're not. I think people are getting called they're far right when they're not.
Can I film? Is that okay?
No.
No. All right. That's fine.
I say I don't know who you work for.
I don't work for anyone, honestly.
Nah. I said I'm not having someone twist my words. That's what I'm saying.
That's okay.
And I think
I know what you mean. Like, well, I saw like the Great British National Strike happen, and like they were all like all right, and all the comments are people being like, these are all just normal people. Like,
do you want to have an interview
with you?
Yeah.
Nah.
I don't know. Well,
I'm not sure that these people are manipulated, like you say. You know what I mean? But they've got every right to protest. You know.
No, it's like I say, but I think that the people are being manipulated by the mainstream media. Is what I'm saying.
You could probably say that there's more manipulation going on social media than mainstream media these days.
Well, that could be true in a certain kind of way. Yeah. But what I'm saying is honest journalism's not done anymore. You're standing here. You don't agree with that's true.
I don't agree with their narrative that the majority of the UK are racist.
That's what I'm saying. So
Probably the most welcoming country on the planet.
I mean, you heard that guy walk over, and you heard that guy walk over and basically tell me that what was he said?
It's quite interesting to look at their demographic. Actually, the vast majority of them are white Caucasian people. You know, one would possibly offer their far left. You know?
I started watching you, John. I've always supported for any of you things that.
This week they're campaigning for refugees. Next week it'll be climate change.
Well,
the week after it'll be Palestine.
Well, me personally, I ain't climate change. Well, I'm going to go and see what they're saying, and I'd imagine they're going to go to Buchanan Gallery Steps, so I'll see what they're saying.
So anyway, who's coming down?
Are you here for the demo?
Yes, I'm here. I'm trying to get folk to come down and join in. I'm trying to get folk to come down and join in. It's a walk through the city centre, isn't it?
Aye.
For 12 to 1. I've been sharing it on my story and that. I'm like, I actually need to come down and do it, like, instead of just sharing it. I was hoping it'd be busy when I seen how many folk are with that walk. Barrowlands Park with it. Jump down, get involved, support the refugees. This is wild. Absolutely wild. I'm here to support refugees, right? This old guy has just took my stick off me.
Move on, mate. Move on.
This guy,
Move on.
mate, you're gonna get lifted. You started your bitch.
Move on.
Oh, pal. Mate,
Stand together.
mate, I'm here to support refugees, pal. You can check my Instagram. All my pages, pal. I'm here to support. You're here to agitate, brother. Right, you know me, I'm a bit awkward. So I don't know, do you want to laugh? I got accused of being a racist today. So I attended that march. I live streamed the entire thing, so all the video was there. And at the start of it, a guy walked up to me and started speaking to me. He had a wee gimble in that, doing an interview. My neighbour. Later I found out that he's someone they believe to be a racist. Though they provided no evidence for that, they just says he's a troublemaker. So I got lumped in the same book as him. I got refused access to the carnival after the march. I nearly got booted out the march, like they were standing on my toes. For a community who's meant to be welcoming. Wild, man. Glasgow refugee. What is the script here?
So that's me finished. I came up to Buchanan Gallery Steps, but they're not there. And I wanted to get more interviews, but unfortunately, my health's taking a major dip. I don't know if it's the heat, but my heart's not doing too good just now. But I came here at this I welcome refugees, stop the far right. And for me, I feel that this country is so divided, and you know, if you don't believe in the mainstream media, but yet you're using the mainstream media tactics. And not only that, they were shouting about Keir Starmer, and a lot of people aren't looking at their own government in Scotland and not actually realising that they're not any better. But these are all division tactics. For me, this is all division tactics. You ask someone what far right is. Someone actually was calling me something to do with Tommy Robinson and that, and she wasn't even willing to engage with me. Just because I'm questioning. Just because I'm questioning why you calling everybody far right. But anyway, look, if you have liked this, please do like and subscribe. But I need to go and lie down because I am not doing good at all with my heart. And just want to say thank you, everybody. And yeah, are we far right for questioning the narrative, or are people just concerned about their country? Anyway, thank you.